Yo, what, it's the kid, 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 it's the kid coming at you right here for this review of Demon, I was about to say Dragon Slayer, the review of Demon Slayer. This is an interesting one. And I think this, as much as I will review this, this is definitely more so like an anime review as well. So as much as, I'm reviewing this, I think this is a testament of anime review as well, because I enjoyed it and I was very frustrated by this. And I found it difficult to finish. And there is something to be said, and I don't know whether this is an issue or so forth, with tonal shifts, very dramatic tonal shifts with regards to anime. So shout out to all the people who are here in the live chats. Yo, what up, man? How are you guys doing, man? So yeah, and I'll definitely try and take some questions towards the end, man. So let me start off by saying this, man. And I think someone even already mentioned it. This is the best animation I've seen probably in any anime. The quality of the drawing, the smoothness of the animation is incredible. Like, there was one scene where I think it was a dream or something, where you just saw this person dancing and so forth. And I was just staring in awe that, my gosh, look at how smooth this animation is. And there is a beauty, I think, that 2D animation has that 3D animation doesn't have. So even if 3D animation may look much more realistic, I just am more, I feel more attached to the artistry involved in 2D animation as opposed to 3D animation. So sure, about the animation is incredible, but I think, look, this is almost similar to what I said about Attack on Titan. There is some really good stuff here. There is an amazing premise. The premise of this is really good. And because they always say, like, it's called like the log line. So a log line is, tell me what your story is about in a sentence. And this is how kind of like writers or directors will pretty much sell their story to a studio. Like, why should I care about your film? Tell me why I should care about your film in a sentence. Tell me what your film's about in a sentence. So Demon Slayer is, zombies? We'll flip it. Instead of zombies, it's demons. Instead of guns, it's samurai swords in feudal Japan. And the hook of this is, these demons are evil. They feast on blood. And there are demon hunters out there who are there to kill these demons. Our protagonists, I believe he's Tanjiro, and his sister Nezuko. His sister gets bitten by a demon. Therefore, she becomes a demon. But for some reason, she doesn't feast on blood. So Tanjiro takes it upon himself to protect his sister while fighting all these demons. But he's always, on this kind of tense thread as to will her sister somehow delve into becoming a demon. And again, there's a great episode that sort of deals with that, with the fact that, can she still be trusted if she's still in fact technically a demon, but then if she hasn't really feasted on any human blood, do we still have the right to kill her? So that's already, again, and I think they sell, the first episode is a great sell. The first episode is a great sell as to, oh my gosh, you have this sister and so forth, and him protecting and everything. And then our protagonist, Tanjiro, now becomes a Demon Slayer and joins this whole Demon Slayer core. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is really good. This is getting really interesting, And the first, like, 5, 6, I would say maybe the first third or maybe the first half, it felt like this was a very dark, edgy, and serious storyline that we're going to come across. And that is why, even when I was watching the Crunchyroll, because I saw an ad for it, and when I saw the ad, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks extremely cool. And for me, I love samurai swords. I think the samurai sword is the most beautiful weapon ever constructed. it is a thing of flipping beauty, the samurai sword. So if you just give me a samurai sword, I'm already sold. So that's this, and I don't know whether it's called Uritsukadachi or something. Like there's the teacher he has who has like a red mask, who is obviously like this guy who's been fighting demons for ages, and he helps to train him and just give him the early teachings of what it means to be a great warrior and a great demon slayer. So the tone of it was, this is very serious, this is very real, this is, there's a sense of gravity and gravitas to this whole thing. Then when he now joins the corps and he meets up with, I think it's, I can't remember the dude's name, who has orange hair than them, Inosuke, who is this dude that wears like this kind of crazy mask. It shifts. So this goes from a serious drama horror to, bro, I'm talking a gag a minute. It becomes a comedy. This thing suddenly becomes a comedy. And I'm saying to myself that, why did it change so much? Like, why was there such a change in this? Because what they had to start with was so good. And you see, and this comedy is a very difficult thing to do. You see, comedy is the most difficult genre to get right, which is why One Punch Man is still the GOAT. And I really don't believe that I will see I'll keep watching. I don't think I'll see an anime that will come close to One Punch Man, because One Punch Man perfectly was able to balance comedy and drama. And doing comedy right is so difficult. And for me, there were a few humorous bits in Demon Slayer, but I felt the comedy was overdone. Like, it's like, okay, this joke is cool, but you're now sort of overselling the joke. The jokes were just a bit too extreme and so much. But I was like, you had a great and absolutely amazing story to begin with. And why couldn't this thing be about, I love the idea of the Demon Slayer core. I love the idea of the demons and the demon storyline and finding out about how it's life like from the demons. So why couldn't we have a thing about it's just these guys hunting demons? And yes, there are a few bits of levity, but it's serious. It's darker. And these demons are pretty insane and pretty crazy. Because, bro, I tell you, man, the action scenes in this were insane. The action scenes in this were absolutely flipping insane. So it's, oh wait, you should watch Demon Slayer movie trailer. Is there a movie trailer? Wait, so if an anime film or a live action film? Tell me what it is. Is it an anime film or a live action film? Because I didn't know there was a movie made of it. So my thing about it is that, like, when you see the action is incredible. The action is absolutely incredible. Bro, the most violent anime I've seen is Fist of the North Star. Well, anime manga is yeah. The most violent anime I've seen is Fist of the North Star. That is the most violent thing ever created. Some of the violence in this thing was insane. There were points in this where the whole screen was pretty much red. Like, literally, the whole screen was just red. It just filled up with just blood. I was like, wow. Okay, like, things got insane. Things get insane. So, and whenever it went into the action scenes, I was like, okay, this is quality. But, and this is the thing with anime, and I think this was the issues that I had with Mob Psycho, is you can't, the tonal shifts for me are too dramatic, man. They're just far too dramatic. And I think because of that, it was very jarring, because I was so invested in what came at the beginning of the series. And I was still in it, but I have to admit that I found it hard to finish it, because if you're not into the comedy, it makes things very, very difficult to enjoy. It just makes things very, very difficult to enjoy, because sometimes you don't have to overdo things when you've got a good story. Like, already the hook of my sister is a demon and I'm there to protect my sister as a demon. That's great. Go with that. And it is, and for me, like I told you, I'm not a big fan of zombies. I've never really liked zombie films. I never watched Walking Dead and everything. But I thought that this was a great flip on the whole um, zombie mindset. You know, whereas because it's samurais, and for me, why I like what I liked about this so much, which is why it's so annoying that they went in the wrong direction, is this feels very Japanese. Like it feels very Japanese, and they make a point of like they wear their kimonos. You're looking at where it's the stuff is held, the olden days houses. Because I remember when I went to Japan, I went to Kyoto, and Kyoto is sort of like the more traditional kind of Japanese place. And this is felt like, oh yeah, this feels like how it was like when I went to Kyoto and everything. But for me, because again, I don't know what's going to happen in the next season, but I feel there was a missed opportunity because I just think that the comedic tone they've chosen, because right now it went from it's been about this guy and his sister to now these three characters going on this journey. And it's cool being an ensemble, but when it becomes a three, it becomes a comedy. And it's too much. Like the stuff with like guys, I mean, you're giving me way too many gags. You're giving me way too many gags. You're like, one joke is cool. You're giving me 3 or 4, 5 jokes. Guys are screaming. Guys are shouting. Guys are just flipping over. And I'm like, bro, this is too much. This is too much. So like, it's for me. It's the animation is so good that if you haven't watched it, you have to watch it just for the animation and for the action scenes, because I strongly doubt you won't see better animation than this. No way. Like you literally will not see better animation than this. So the quality of the production is really, really good. And you see this, because I was like, okay, how good is this story? Because it's hard for me to say that the story is great because it just gets modeled in pointless stuff. Like in anime, they love doing their flashbacks. And flashbacks are cool, but don't overdo the flashback. You will see a character and the character will be like, oh, but remember when I was young and I must breathe. And every single time they killed a demon, there was a flashback about that demon's previous life. And as the demon's beheaded head, which was truly violent, as their beheaded head was disappearing, they had to have this one massive, huge soliloquy. And this is a perfect example of where you have to invoke the whole less is more psychology. And when in Demon Slayer, when you already have such good material already to go off just of the first episode, less is more. Just let it be a dude with a samurai sword going out hunting demons. He's a demon slayer and is there to protect his sister. And maybe there are other demons trying to get his sister. Just roll with that, and that is a great jump off for you to sort of now build upon the story, So, yeah, man. I mean, I was disappointed. Like, I'll be real with you. I was disappointed by how the tone shifted because the very first 6 episodes and so forth were really like the very first 4 or 5 episodes were amazing until like Tanjiro like leaves his teacher, and up until the point he joins the Demon Slayer Corps, it was a different show. It was a far different show that was far more serious and so forth. And the issue is the fight scenes are so good. The quality is so good that even for me, as I was thinking to myself, because whenever I watch these things, I always kind of imagine like, what would I do if I was adapting it and everything? I was like, my gosh, this would make an amazing film. But it would only make an amazing film if you kept it to one tone. Because again, like I use the example of there's a film called From Dusk Till Dawn by I forgot the name of the Robert Rodriguez, starring George Clooney, Quentin Tarantino. And that is one of the most famous films in terms of having a very dramatic tonal shift. But it works for what it does. It works for what it does. And the kind of tonal shift is something that you shouldn't really always do. I don't think you can't go from a very serious, dark drama to a straight up comedy. It makes no sense. Even thinking about it now, just thinking about some of the scenes in the first 4, 5, 6 episodes, how morbid it was, how how desperate the world was, and how macabre things were. To go from that to just the I told you, the comedy is outlandish. Like, you might as well just call this a comedy, which it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, because let's keep it real. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but when you watch the first episode and when you see what happens to Tanjiro's family, you're like, this can't be a comedy. It simply can't be a comedy. Like, that stuff is so messed up. It's so once you're dealing with this kind of violence, and this is not comedic violence, this is serious violence. I don't know how you can put comedy in there. So that's why, like I think the Japanese mindset is quite warped and quite crazy, because for them, they are very happy to blend styles together in terms of comedy and thing. And maybe, like your boy says, this thing, Demon Slayer, versus like dark humor. You see, I get dark humor. Dark humor makes sense, but I don't think this was I don't think this was an example of dark humor. This was, and remember, this wasn't dark humor. This was straight up humor. This was straight up humor, which is what the issue was. You see, dark humor is something different. This was just a comedy. Like, if you brought in dark humor in here, it would work perfectly, based on just how violent and dark the first few episodes was. But this became like it became a comedy show where they're literally trying to make you laugh, and they're putting the characters in situations and making them say things to try and make you laugh and try to have gags. And it's like, bro, your sister is pretty much a demon. Your family just got slashed. How is this a comedic situation? Because for me, everything, Tanjiro should not even crack any jokes. That's what I'm saying. Tanjiro should not be a guy that cracks any jokes. I think, based on what the show was and everything, he should be a very serious character. He should be a very serious character. So, basically, if I was to rate it, it's difficult, It's difficult to rate it, because I almost have to give it 2 ratings. I have to give 1 rating for like the first half before he joined the call, and the rating for once he joined the call. Like, if I was giving it a rating before he joined the call, I would give it like an upper tier 2. I would give it like an upper tier 2 in terms of quality animation, storytelling, the story, the plot, upper tier 2. But if I'm rating it after he joins the core, probably like a tier 3, like a tier 3 was okay, this is cool, it's standard and everything, but that's the thing, man. So look, man, to round up, and then obviously I'll take your questions and your chats about everything, man. But yeah, and this is just my issue with anime, is they sometimes overcomplicate things. And there are times when the story is right there, in front of you. You don't need to do anything more. Like a samurai who hunts demons, and his sister is a demon who he carries around in his basket and is helping there to protect her, and he's going out hunting down demons with a samurai sword. That's already an amazing concept. That is already an amazing concept. So you don't need to bring anything more. And I think the kinds of storylines and stuff that we're bringing in just became too convoluted. Just became too convoluted. And sometimes, simple is best. That's why I say less is more. Less is more. So, I mean, I'll see what happens in the next season and so forth, and I'll just see what goes through. But I just thought that, because guys, I trust it. Some of the action scenes in that thing were bro. I've not seen more beheadings in a film or in a TV show than I have in this thing. The beheadings that I saw here were brutal. There were times where I was like, God damn. So it's wild, man. So look, man, let me take some of your questions, man. So guys, send in questions, send in comments. I'll do about 15, 20 minutes for these comments and then I'll be out of here, bro. So I got two animes for you to watch. One being My Hero Academia. It's really good, and the other one is being Tower of God. It just started. So, what is a brief synopsis of Tower of God? Because I've seen a lot of people mention this whole Tower of God thing. You know what? Please give me an anime that isn't a comedy. No, not that. Please give me an anime with a good dark storyline that isn't convoluted. Something that also that doesn't have any of this whole cutesy la, 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 with these girls with big eyes being all so sweet and everything. None of that crap. Please. I don't want any of that crap. Just something that just got some of that core to it. I have watched the first episode of My Hero Academia and I was intrigued. I watched the first episode and I was like, okay, this sounds interesting. I mean, I think I'm on the I'm on the fourth episode of Hunter x Hunter. Because people kept talking about it. So, okay, let me give this a go. So yeah, I'm on the third episode of Hunter x Hunter, and I have watched the first episode of My Hero Academia. And yes, I know I will later on do a review of Dragon Ball Broly. All right, so which one is the same one? Tower. Okay. So yeah, Tower of God. Okay, man. Okay, so Tower of God, you say is new. Okay. So Tokyo Ghoul. So is Tokyo Ghoul similar to Mob Psycho? Because I'm thinking Tokyo Ghoul is about it deals with like what's ghosts and stuff like that. What's Tokyo Ghoul on? Yes, I have. I have watched Death Note was the first one that I watched. So during my foray into the whole anime world and everything, Death Note, and I think my review is up here somewhere. Death Note is the first one that I watched. And see, the thing with Death Note is that's probably something I need to watch again because there is so much dialogue and there is so much information that you need to sort of like you need to watch it twice to take it in because it's very, very intricate and it's very story like it's not about action. Like it's basically it's like a thriller. It's like watching Seven or Usual Suspects. Like it's a thriller. So there was so much information to take in that I got the basics, but I think because it's like about mental gymnastics and there's so many mind games being told, and it's about one guy trying to outsmart another guy, you have to pretty much be because remember like it's one because remember I always listen to it dubbed. Well, no, sorry, I always listen to it with the subtitles on. I never listen to dubs. Like English dubbing is always horrible, so I always prefer just to have the Japanese thing. So and that makes it even harder to follow when you have to look at the subtitles and everything, man. Well, so do you like to read manga or watch animes? Well, I love reading comics, man. I love reading comics. So I got see because everybody has gone on about Naruto, and I've been hearing about Naruto for years. And I was like, so this thing has what 300 episodes of Naruto? Nah, bro, I don't have time to watch 300 episodes. And I don't want to just skip because if anything I watch, I want to watch the full thing. So you guys say, oh no, skip the filler episodes and just watch the key episodes. No. So if I can watch it properly, I think the best way to get the story is the manga. So I bought the Naruto manga. So I want to just get that, just to get an idea of okay, let me just because I've heard about this so much. Let me just get an idea of what the storyline is about and everything. So yeah, I do read the manga. I got the manga for I haven't read it yet. I bought the manga of All You Need Is Kill, and I finished the manga for One Punch Man. Because because I love that. So you know what? Let me see what One Punch Man is about. So so yeah, no, and see, like because remember, like you see, anime is adaptation. Same thing now, like with the comics, with like the comic series, like an X-Men or Spider-Man, it's like you're adapting. And when you're adapting, you take liberties. And I think when you especially when you're making a show, you can't go into as much detail, especially if every episode is about 20 minutes. So you have a finite time. But when you have like a comic book and everything, you can go into as much detail as need be. You can really go into the nitty gritty, into what this whole thing's about and everything. So it's definitely different in that sense, bro. Oh, there you go, 800. Yeah, I mean, there's no way, bro. There is no way in hell that I'll be able to do that. But yeah, but I think, yeah, because I think, look, I still feel that anime, like, I'm taking anime over Pixar all day, every day. Because even if, see, the thing about anime is there are things that anime does amazingly well, and there are just ways in which it completely falters. I don't, there's nothing that Pixar does that I like, apart from the animation, which is like, yeah, that's just like technicalities. There's nothing that, like, you're never getting a Demon Slayer through Western companies. So there is no Western production house that's making it a Demon Slayer. There is, because the West still have this very narrow-minded view of cartoons or animation. They still say that, oh no, animation and cartoons are for kids. So therefore, we're just going to just do stuff that are for kids and so forth. It's like, I don't know how many of you play Warhammer, or used to play Warhammer 40K. Like Warhammer 40K, like, my dream is for them to either do like a cartoon or an anime of a Warhammer 40K, because that stuff is amazing. And for me, like, I like, again, like, I'm not like, you see, if I want to watch the kind of like children kind of stuff, like, okay, I watch the old Disney cartoons and stuff, but in my older age, I want to see something that has a bit more edge and a bit more reality to it, man. Um so yeah, man. But you see, I think, I mean, that's what, like, I mean, like, this guy saying, like, Naruto is the greatest anime. Look, I can't judge because I haven't seen it yet, but I do feel that it's all in terms of perception, and how you perceive stories. Because again, look, guys, that's why I say that you guys are the experts. I am an anime newbie, but I strongly doubt that you can give me an anime that I think will be as good or as concise as One Punch Man. Because I just think One Punch Man, and for me, I don't know how they did it. I think with One Punch Man is, this is an idea, and we're going to stick to it fully, 100%, and we're just going to commit to this concept and this idea fully. We're not going to veer off. I think for a lot of these animes that I see, they have an idea which could be really, really good, but they just veer off into angles that don't really make any sense, and they just try to, as I said again, overcomplicate things where it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. Like One Punch Man, it's a very simple concept, but it's a very simple concept that is executed and put across very, very well. And I think that is a hallmark of any good piece of art. That's a hallmark of any good piece of art, man. Have you seen Haiku? Okay, what the heck is Haiku? I haven't seen Haiku, bro. Look, I told you, I'm entering into the new era of anime. I told you, I've got my Crunchyroll, and I'm like, look, man, volleyball. I don't know. But yeah, okay, that is true. That's like, what? Because again, look, this is because I haven't read the manga, I've not watched the anime, but I am curious to know that what makes Naruto great. Because I strongly doubt that Naruto, for me, is a better written or better constructed anime than One Punch Man or even Death Note to a degree. Because the thing with the Death Note, like, Death Note got a bit thinking, but as a concept, Death Note is a great concept. That's why Hollywood tried to do a film on the mess up. So the idea of Death Note is a crazy concept, and even the character of Light is that's it. Light Yagami is one of the just craziest characters that I've ever seen. And Japan are the only dudes that would actually be able to think of a crazy concept as Death Note. So in terms of creativity, it's amazing. So I am interested to know why you would put Demon Slayer in there. So yeah, so look, man. Tell me, look, man, which anime should I ride with now? Because should I commit to Hunter X? Because once I commit to one, I'm going to commit to one. Although Hunter X Hunter there's a lot of episodes, bro. I think they're like 60, 70 episodes. So do I roll with a Hunter X Hunter? Do I roll with a My Hero Academia or Tower of God? Because this Tower of God it sounds interesting. The Tower of God sounds interesting. But I think you see, like, Hunter X Hunter like gives me a lot of Final Fantasy vibes, and I think it has a very kind of like, okay, boom, these guys are going on an adventure, and basically you can see the thing about this is that, again, I don't know how things will develop, but already from Hunter X Hunter, it already has a completely different kind of aesthetic and feel from a Demon Slayer, and I just hope that it keeps that aesthetic and it's sort of maintains that aesthetic all the way through. So but yeah, man, it's look, as I said again, look, man, I mean, Japan, you have to give them credit that these guys are very creative. That is one thing you can never take away. Like, even if I may have issues with some of the things that they do and some of the creative choices that they make, I will never ever fault them for being very creative. I just wish that they just could bring an HH in and say, you know what? Because see what anime always does, the ideas are always great. And that is why, like, this is where anime destroys Pixar. The concepts, the conceptual ideas are amazing. Like, from watching Hunter X Hunter, Hero Academia, One Punch Man, Death Note, Demon Slayer, from the first episode, I'm like, oh, what? And they're all different. And I think that is the greatest thing about anime is how different they all are. They're all very like Death Note is completely different from One Punch Man. One Punch Man is completely different from Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is completely different from Hunter X Hunter. So I do like that. Even if there are some anime tropes that they fall into, I still think that what they try to do and how they do it visually and so forth are different. But Pixar, guys, Toy Story and Toy Story WALL-E Up is the same damn thing. It's the same damn thing, same damn storyline, same concept, same story arc is the same damn thing. Nothing really changes there, man. Super chats here from Mr. Primera Marambatma. Thank you for the super chats, dear sire. Watch Fate Zero. Cool concept and great animation. Okay. I will put it out. Fate Zero. I'll remember that in the noggin. I will, after this, I will definitely look up, because you know what I was doing? Give me that first episode. Give me that first episode, and if you sold, because Demon Slayer was a superb first episode. Probably one of the best first episodes that I've seen was Demon Slayer. One Punch Man was also good as well, but Demon Slayer was real good. My Hero Academia, I liked that first episode. That was really good because, again, it's like you have to sell me, okay, why should I care? What is the hook? What is the story? But I think anime is actually pretty good, in doing that, so let me hit you again, man. G Gundam. Does this have anything to do with Gundam Wing? Just want to say, does this have anything to do with Gundam Wing? G Gundam. There is. Let me be very clear here, and this is even before I started watching anime fully. This is why I said to my friend that like there are anime tropes that happen 100%. So this goes without saying, which is why I appreciated One Punch Man, because One Punch Man, the beauty about One Punch Man was it looked at everything that every anime had did and flipped it on its head. Because really, Genos is supposed to be the main character. Like in one, if it was a regular anime, Genos is your traditional character, but no, he's just a bomb, you know. So it just flips all of your anime tropes on its head. But yeah, like the stuff with how women are presented, girls are presented, the whole cutie thing with girls and so forth, the soliloquies, the speeches, the flashbacks, the kind of overtly emotional setups. Those are just the anime tropes. I'm like, God, man, nope. Like, you don't have to tell me everything you're thinking. Show, don't tell. That's one of the key, the most important lessons that you learn in storytelling or writing, that show, don't tell. Show, don't tell, bro. You know, so all right, what else are you guys saying, man? You know, true. Like different genres of anime have the different tropes. You know, but again, I just think like, you know, if you're doing any piece of art, the key things to an artist is to, oh, I think that made me say a thing. Oh, let me hit it. Oh, there we go. Sorry, bro. So from Marvin Book here for super chat. Thank you, bro, for super chat. The Promised Neverland. You'll find it interesting. So what is it about? Let me share a screen, man. So you say Promised Neverland. Actually, let me open up a new window. All right, actually, let me see. So share screen, application window. All right. So you said Promised Neverland. Promised Neverland. So this is so this is a manga. Interesting. Oh, I mean, interesting art. So I suppose this dude in the middle is like the main character. The Promised Neverland. Wow, man, this thing looks trippy. Let's see this whole thing. So people say Tower of God. Tower of God. Oh, damn. Tower of God. Oh, wow. Okay. You see, that's why I don't like knowing too much about something. You know, I'm like, you know, let me just go in there not knowing anything, because even right now I have no idea what to expect from this. Tower of God is a puzzle box disguised as a love story. Okay, sounds pretty trippy, bro. Sounds pretty trippy. Search up Fate. Parasite. Wait, so there's an anime called Fate. Wait, Fate anime. See, for me, I need to see good visuals, man. That's the thing. I am big on visuals. Jesus. Bloody hell. Wait, is he holding two swords? What do I say? Is this dude holding two swords? Look, man, anime, they love their big guys in anime, bro. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. No, I don't want the logo. I just want the thing, bro. Man, there's just so many. Oh my gosh. Well, what the heck is this, man? This looks like the YMCA. Yeah, man. Look, man. Japan is wild, bro. Japan is wild. Yeah, man. No, no. See, so no. Look, I mean, there's so many to check out, but I mean, you know what? I might try and write into My Hero Academia. Just that there are so many episodes that actually no. Let me watch the first episode of Tower of God. Since that's new, let me watch the first episode of Tower of God. Because I think whenever it's like a series that has been going on for a long time, it's a very long time for me to really catch up onto it. That's why Demon Slayer was good, because there's only one season, because Demon Slayer is new. So let me check out something that is new and then say what's up there. So I'll write it there. Okay. Cool. Okay, Tower of God. Okay, all right. All right. All right. You see, that's what because I definitely want to try and do, but you know how these guys are on YouTube, man, with the live streams and stuff. These guys don't like him and everything, but because I think there's like a member section that I've now unlocked on this channel. So what I may do is that for members of this channel, there'll only be like one tier. You can pretty much we can watch the stuff together, but offline in a room. So we can watch the stuff together offline in a room, and that we can write through there. But trust me, YouTube are very stingy, because the moment I just put up because me and my friend, we did like an anime, like a reaction to One Punch Man, and even when I did my reaction to Mob Psycho, YouTube slashed everything, man. They removed them. They blocked the whole thing. Like Tsunami went in there, with like boom, blocked. So I was like, boom, man, damn. So but yeah, I mean, let me watch the first few episodes of Tower of God. I'll report back to you. And I will then probably ride with My Hero Academia. I'll probably ride with My Hero Academia. Okay, guys, I am thirsty. I am tired. I need to eat. So I will see you guys very soon. Well, obviously, every Wednesday is the movie Q&A. So obviously, every Wednesday there's the movie Q&A. But guys, peace out, stay true, stay black, and I'm out. Peace.